G'day guys, well today we're going to be talking about non-turreted TDs while we're just looking at this jumping tank here. I thought it was rather comical, so I whacked the recorder on and grabbed a bite of it. But before we sort of go too far into the video and while we're watching this game here a little bit, just want to thank everyone for their support. Got a whole bunch of new subs coming on board. I've got the Facebook page now, which is just WotB World. And also on Telegram, you can join the channel there and talk all things tanks, share your stories, war stories, pictures, videos, whatever you want to do on there, and that is WotB_Lounge. It's a great way for us to connect into the community and obviously share stories and things like that, and a great way to learn on the back of the channel. So, non-turreted TDs. Or tank destroyers. I'm going to call them TDs from here on in, and we know they're non-turreted because I'm not showing you anything with a turret. And so the first thing we're going to talk about is the Jagdpanzer. We're going to show you a game in the Jagdpanzer, which is the tier 6. And, I'm going to show you a whole bunch of different tiers here because we're not focusing on the tank as such. We're focusing on the model itself. So we're focusing on the tanks that don't have turrets here. Let's be mindful of that. They've got the gun. In order to aim and shoot, you actually have to turn the tank and aim at your enemy. So it's not one of those things where you can set yourself up beautifully behind a building, just poke your nose out, turn your turret and shoot and aim. You actually have to have the whole tank aimed that way. First tip I'm going to give you with all the vehicles without a turret is you need to start upgrading things like your mobility, engines, tracks, and anything like that, because mobility is key, particularly when it comes to turning and getting out of precarious situations. So if you've unlocked all the top levels of equipment, I suggest when you go to the second levels, the first thing you unlock is improved modules, improved acceleration, in the equipment side of things, so you can get the tank up and moving where you want it to. So you can see what I'm doing here. I've actually positioned myself in a place where I could get shots away. I'm not playing front line, and some people do in this tank, but you can see what I've actually done. I've pulled up onto this Leopard, and I'm using my front arm. I anticipated which way he was going to turn, and I tried to turn to match him because I don't want him to get around behind me, because once he's behind me, I'm in all sorts of danger. And you can see I copped a bit of a battering. I'm being hammered by everybody. Tracks have been taken out and I've been able to repair it. And again, it's one of those things I want to get out of the way so I can just start, using that tank now as a bit of a buffer while I reload. Thankfully, I've got a good reload speed. And I want to keep moving around to try and bounce shots. Now, I got saved there by my teammate. But you can see my tactics. I'm always trying to wiggle the tank around to bounce shots off the front of it. Because what we do know is the front is the obviously where the most armor is on any of these tanks. And it certainly is something that you want to use to your advantage. And by wiggling, you're changing the angle of your front armor, which increases the plate size and therefore gives you the opportunity to bounce shots. And you can see what I'm doing here, which you would have seen in the Hetzer video if you watch my Hetzer video. I push forward, take a shot, reload, get back to where I was before, try and reset my camouflage and go again and take another shot. So I don't just take a shot and sit there and wait and be hit. If you are cornered and you don't have a choice, you can deal with that by changing the way that you angle the front of the tank, like I just showed you by wiggling. And all this stuff takes a lot of practice, and there's many different tanks that you can use to cut your teeth on this style of play, and there's some really rewarding non-turreted TDs to play as well. Although I will say I tried actually recording some videos for this for the OBJ268, and after the recent nerf, that thing is just now a waste of space. They had just killed that tank completely, and it didn't really need a nerf. What they've done to it, what they hurt the most in that tank was reducing its mobility. By all means, take some penetration away from its gun and all that, but you take the maneuverability out of a non-turreted TD, and that is where you really find life gets difficult. So obviously that's a win, top score. We survived, and obviously a little bit of help from my friends. But you know, that was one game in a non-turreted TD. Now this one in the AMX, I found this tank to be fairly difficult to play and get your head around. Although right towards the end of the grind, I actually managed to master this tank. So it's an interesting one. Decent front armor with a good slope, which means you get a reasonable amount of bounces in it. But you know, any sort of the big caliber tanks at this tier are going to wreck you. And you can see at a bit of a noob mistake there, tried to go the wrong direction, and I was actually suffering a little bit with lag in these games. But that didn't hold us up. So what I'm actually now doing is pushing down here and helping the medium tank. So I'm trying to cover D, and what I want to do is I can see my team is following. We've got a few tanks down here, and I want to try and defend D. So I'm actually putting some shots in on tanks. It's bounced one because I angled, so I took the shot and angled straight away. Actually then just took a shot there. You know, you can see some guys chatting with me on the Telegram channel there on the top right as it comes in, and while I'm playing the game, getting notifications, multitasking, what it's called. Who says blokes can't multitask? Come on. Let's just get back to the gameplay though. And so what I'm now doing is I'm trying to focus on the guy who's trying to get in behind me. Now you see what I'm going to do is I'm going to face hug him. I'm going right in there, putting my nose right up to him and keep wiggling so he can't shoot me. And I get a shot from the side, repair it on the run, take him out, and now I'm back to put some more shots in on this Bulldog. Sorry, T49, which is, you know, big gun. And you can see what we're going to do is just, we would have had him if the Tiger P hadn't have done it. So him and the Tiger and myself managed to defend D practically on our own. And now what I'm looking for is further targets. So the beauty of these tanks is that they're mobile. They get around. But as you can see, you get hit in the side and it just ruins your whole day. So you don't want to do that. And I know I'm getting lower on hit points now. Put one straight through the turret of that M6. And now what we're doing is we're looking for more targets without taking shots. We're 2 caps up to 1, which is great. And I'm asking what the IS-3 is doing all the way on the other side there, camped in in A. Man, you cannot rely on anyone in this game at the moment in terms of gameplay. How that bounced off the top of the Cheery, I have no idea. But now I'm in a bit of trouble because I hit the adrenaline, I bounced a shot, bounced a shot, bounced a shot, bounced 3 off him. Now that was all due to my angle, pointing the front armor straight at him. And I've switched to APCR because I want to get this shot and make it stick, and I missed. Again, he didn't roll up far enough onto where I thought he was going to roll. Not his fault, obviously. He did the right thing and played well. But I'm now looking to get the last kill, and we come down here and puts one straight into him. Again, we take one, and now I'm just going to roll straight back in because I've got nothing to lose, and I'm going to put the last shot into him, and game over for him. So you can see fairly aggressive, playing fairly aggressive in this tank, and I'm always trying to angle the front to get the best out of it. Now, you can sit back and snipe in these tanks. The trouble is you're not going to have opportunities to shoot all the time. So you're going to have situations where you miss things. I gave that IS-3 a thumbs down. You're going to sit up there and do bugger all. You're going to cop it. You know, please don't do things like that. Get involved. Try and get some shots in. At least do some damage. If you're not doing any damage in a game, you're not contributing. And to me, it's just selfish. So there's my rant. Again, with sniping, there's a bit of an art to it. You have to get to the point where, in all honesty, you can, with confidence, get shots in. Because if you're not delivering shots in a TD, you're not contributing to the team. So that's probably why I play them a bit more aggressive, and that's why I'm disappointed with what they've done with the OBJ268, because you cannot play it like it used to be. The Bulldog, I used to call it, of tier 10, where you could really get in there and get nasty with that tank and get right in the face of people, bounce shots, put much, plenty of big damage in on the opposition, and really be a game changer. And that's what Wargame's done. They've nerfed it to the point where it's no longer a game changer, and I don't think I'm even going to drive it now. And even so, the YOLO wagon, the 263, everyone's worked out how to pen that tank now. So there's some deficiencies that are formed by doing that. So I'm in the SU100Y, which I got gifted this tank through a crate or something. I can't remember one of the ways we got it. It again, non-turreted TD, but it's got a very solid front on it. And what I'm going to do, I'm pushing right up here. We've got 4 attackers right in front, and I'm just going to deliver damage. I'm going to take some shots here, and a little bit of damage with that little French autoloader, and I'm just going to keep being aggressive because I do have plenty of armor, but I've got a gun on me that can do this kind of damage to a Tiger P. And he was low on health, but he needed to go because they really are a very good quality tank that can wreck your whole day. So I want to get rid of him. I'm going to get rid of this guy. Well, sorry, I was planning to do that, but the Sentinel did the job for me. Put one in onto that KV-1S. Again, I'm back and straight trying to get behind cover. See, there's no difference between how I play this to the Hetzer. Get up there, take your shot, get the hell out of there, and save your hit points. If you're just sitting there hit point trading, you're going to cop it. So that's a bit of a rundown of how I play non-turreted TDs. I hope it's been helpful. I hope you're enjoying the channel. Please get behind the stuff on Facebook and also the Telegram chat. Remember, WotBlitzWorld_lounge for the Telegram chat, and also WotBlitzWorld on Facebook. So thanks for the support. Hope I can punch out some more. March is going to be a tough month for me, but I will do what I can. See you around. Enjoy.